Clearwater Mayor Bruce Rector here, and thank you for coming out today. We've been through a very difficult time here in all of Tampa Bay, but as been well reported, definitely here on Clearwater Beach, all of our barrier islands, and so we invited you here today just to update you on the progress we're making and to let the community and the Tampa Bay region know where we're at. But before we begin, I insisted to our staff to give me just a moment at the beginning to thank. We have over 1,800 employees in the city of Clearwater. I can tell you I came out here with Chief Gandy and City Manager Jennifer Poirier the morning after the hurricane passed, and to see the tremendous damage that I observed that morning, and to see where our city crews have gotten it today. We're still not at full capacity, as you can see, and they'll talk about, but amazing work by our city employees to get this beach to where it is today, to get relief to our residents. And I want to thank them for all they've done. They were doing their jobs, we get that, but they went way above and beyond. And as we stand here today, they continue to do that. And but also before we begin, I want to introduce the folks who are up here with me. We have, to my left, I'll start with our council members. We have our council member, Lena Teixeira. We have council member David Albritton. David was personally impacted by this storm with his home and his properties. And thank you for being here today. The council members to my right is our city manager, Jennifer Poirier. To her right's Chief Gandy. And we also have Javon Graham, who runs our Emergency Operations Center and all of our emergency operations. So before I go any further on that, in addition to our 1,800 employees, I want to thank these folks up here with me today for their leadership. All of them, again, just doing their jobs, but none of them worrying about how much credit they were getting for what we were doing. All working as a team. Not only working as a team together, but working as a team with county authorities and our Tampa Bay region to help all of us recover, and to more than anything, make an impact on the human lives that were either in jeopardy or are still trying to recover from this terrible storm. We've had great leadership here from the city of Clearwater. These are just three individuals to my right for examples of the many hardworking, but thank you for your leadership and all you have done to lead your departments in this city. So with that, I'll turn it over to our city manager, Jennifer Poirier.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Today at 4 p.m., the City of Clearwater Barrier Islands will open to everyone. The City of Clearwater has made great strides in the major cleanup efforts of removing the debris and the sand from the roadways. Now our crews will change their focus to do more of the finer touches in our cleanup efforts, and we will shift the debris cleanup and the laborious task of sifting and cleaning sand from the staging areas to our private contractors. As this occurs, it will get us closer to returning to normal. Many people need additional resources and workers to help in the recovery efforts. Opening the access to the barrier islands will help us return to normal and allow people to travel the island more efficiently. They will be able to get deliveries of food and resources, and it will allow nonprofits and help organizations to be able to help with the recovery efforts. Our public parking lots are being used for staging areas of debris and equipment, and therefore they are not available. People should not come to look around for morbid curiosity to see what our beaches look like. To do so would be at the detriment of our residents and our business owners that have already lost so much. It would also get in the way of our recovery efforts and the electricity crews. I want to echo the mayor's efforts and appreciation to the community for their resiliency and their patience, and to the team of the City of Clearwater. Their efforts will never be forgotten in terms of getting us back. With that, I will turn it over to our Police Chief, Eric Gandy.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Mayor. So, what we're looking at now, obviously, with the reopening of all the barrier islands in Pinellas County, is a significant lift for law enforcement specifically. Obviously, once we relax those restrictions at the checkpoints, anyone can come over here. As you heard the city manager say, we're not encouraging everyone to come over here. This is to allow the resources that people need to rebuild to get here and help them effectively. What we're doing in furtherance of that is stepping up our extra patrols, our anti-looting patrols. We have multiple businesses and homes that are being dried out, cleared out, and that provides access to those that would commit crimes. So certainly we're going to do a full court press on the law enforcement presence during the day and overnight. It's a significant challenge for us to maintain security in that environment. In addition to that, we're going to keep the North Beach at the Acacia Roundabout restricted to residents, Barrier Island pass holders, and those that have legitimate business at a residence at the North Beach. The contractors to serve those residents, the plumbers, the electricians, and the like. The reason for that is the roads north of Acacia are exceptionally narrow. With folks clearing out their homes in preparation for rebuilding, there are mounds of household items and garbage on the side of the roads. There's still sand and debris in the roads. We have to have emergency vehicle access, and we have to have the ability to respond rapidly. For that reason, again, we're going to set up, once the beach opens, the barrier islands all open at 4. We're going to set up the checkpoint at the Acacia Roundabout and continue the same protocols in terms of who's allowed up there. Hopefully the public understands that restriction. It's an absolute necessity for any of those who have seen the north end of the beach. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Javon Graham for a few words.
Good afternoon. Again, I'd just like to echo what was said earlier. We have a lot of work still to do. We have done a lot of work. We do appreciate the support of our council, our city manager, and the staff. They have continued to work hard around the clock. This was a lot to do, and we still have a long way to go. So please listen to the warnings they said. There's a lot of debris out here. There's still a lot of safety hazards, but we are working diligently to make sure we provide the best care and can bring the city back to some sort of normalcy. So we'd like to thank you for all your support, and with this, I'll turn it over to the city manager.
We will now turn it over to the mayor.
Yeah. So I guess I get the last word before we take questions, but to echo what they've said, I've told many people, you know, it's not just folks that want to come out and sightsee. We are inundated with calls of people who, from their heart, want to come out and help people. They are caring people in our region. They want to come out and help, and we want their help at the appropriate time. It's just right now, for them to drive out here in their own car, there's nowhere to park. It's very difficult. As they've described, the streets are very congested with debris. We've cleared them, but we're not at full capacity. And everyone here knows throughout the Tampa Bay region how busy and tight and congested it can get out here on a sunny day when everything is open and fully operational. So we're just asking everyone to use good judgment. And if you really want to help the people who are still struggling today out here on Clearwater Beach, if you really want to help them, please stay away unless you absolutely have to be out here, even though it's open to the public. Please stay away for at least a few more days to give these folks the chance to continue to do the work that they're doing. As of yesterday morning, we had 6,000 residents. Now, I see some representatives from Duke Energy here. 6,000 beach residents did not have electricity. Yesterday, they restored many of those, but there's still a lot of damage that they need to get in and do major repair work. We've got folks still cleaning out water from their homes. There's just not the space for all the relief workers that need to be out here and folks who don't have a good reason to be out here. To the residents, I know I'm a beach resident myself. I've been out here for a long time. They are concerned about the public coming out and safety. I have full confidence in our police department. They're going to manage a difficult situation. They're going to make sure they've got patrols, as Chief Gandy has said. And so I just want to reassure the public, again, one, congratulations. And I can't thank our City of Clearwater team for doing the amazing work to get this beach to where it is now, to allow residents to come back and repair their homes. They have done amazing work. But ladies and gentlemen, it's nowhere close to a regular operating Clearwater beach. And I ask the community, I ask the Tampa Bay region to respect that, to please help us, help those who have been impacted by this storm by staying away, even though the beach is open. As I said a minute ago, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And the most caring thing you can do, if you don't have to be out here, is to wait a while before you come back and see the beach. We're going to restore this beach. I have talked to many residents, better and brighter than ever, over time. But for right now, if the community would just give us a little space to heal, that would be very important, very helpful to our residents. With that, we'll take any questions.
Clearwater Beach and the barrier islands, a lot of the economy is centered around visitors and travelers. So what is the message that you want them to know? What are their restrictions? Like, is there going to be curfew?
Okay. Chief, you want to speak to that? Yeah.
So we don't plan on establishing any curfew anywhere in the Barrier Island community. So that's not a plan, but we will restrict access to areas that are in need of additional resources and patrols. And you're going to see sporadic area closures as our crews are working, and we'll try to facilitate that work. But in terms of restrictions, when you look at the sand out here, it looks well raked and manicured. There's a reason for that. They had to move all that debris so they can try and put sand back. So we're going to have front end loaders and heavy equipment on the beach trying to return the sand that's able to be returned. So they had to clean it first. It wasn't to clean it so someone could potentially go swim in it. Right now, based on what I saw the morning after this, I wouldn't be swimming in that at the moment. So they are testing that to make sure the water's safe and things like that. But we just don't want folks out here unless they have a specific purpose. That helps us sort through, and my officers will be stopping anyone in the middle of the night they see that is engaging in behavior that's concerning to them. I would like to do a little bit of PSA. We get a lot of calls on this. If you have removed your household belongings to be picked up as garbage to the curbside, if someone is picking through that, legally that does not constitute looting. So I want to make that distinction. If you put it out for disposal, it's not a crime of looting for someone to pick through your garbage. Any more questions?
If I could add on that too. I spoke with someone, I think they were from Illinois this morning, who has booked a room at one of our hotels several weeks from now. And I've spoken with the hotels, some of them that are getting open and receive guests. As I said, we're going to make this beach better than ever. We were a premier worldwide beach destination before this storm. Today, it's not. Hopefully soon, but today it's not. So I walked that tourist through what were you looking forward to doing here, because beaches are not what they normally are, and talk them through those things they like to do. We will get back very quickly. This beach has always shown this community resilience of pulling together to get it back as fast as we can. But this week, it's probably not going to be the beach vacation you expected. And we just want folks to know that, who may have booked a trip in.
What is the shape of the pier? How did that pull out?
Yeah, one of the two of you.
Currently, the pier is out of service. It's been sustaining damage for the last 2 years with every storm, and this time it has created a lot more damage than expected. So currently, the pier is out of service and can't be utilized at this point.
How about this restaurant, this land?
We're still evaluating a lot of the businesses and the restaurants to make sure they can open effectively. So we are doing detailed damage assessments for the commercial buildings, for the residentials, to state and see their viability. But right now, they need to remain closed until we can do a full evaluation of some of the local facilities.
Other questions? Okay. Well, if there's nothing else, then thank you for coming today. I told several of you when you and I walked the other night, it's been amazing to me, the resilience of the people who have literally had their lives destroyed. I realize many are still in shock about what they've lost, but it's been so inspiring to me to see home after home, families, business owners who have said, Mayor, we're going to fight. We're going to build this back better than ever. The optimism, even today, when we're still clearing debris, we're still helping folks cope with this tragedy. It's been amazing just to see the resiliency of our community. And I know that's all throughout the Barrier Islands, all throughout Tampa Bay. We're just one example of the many ways our region pulls together for difficult times. So thank you again for coming today, and we appreciate you sharing the message and getting folks to please consider delaying a trip out here to see how we're recovering. Thank you.